Hello. Today we will discuss about the endometrial cancer management part 2. In my previous lecture we have discussed about the risk factors, protective factors, type of endometrial cancer, postmenopausal definition, causes and how to approach a patient of postmenopausal bleeding, then signs and symptoms of endometrial cancer, investigations of endometrial cancer. Let's start with the surgical staging of endometrial cancer. Let's discuss exploratory laparotomy steps. First step is to give the midline vertical incision. Let's discuss what are the benefits of giving vertical incision as compared to transverse incision. Exposure is better and we can extend the vertical incision and there are less chances of tumor rupture. Then we will take the ascitic fluid aspirate around 20 ml in heparinized syringe, or we can take peritoneal washings also around 50 to 100 ml. Then clockwise inspection of abdomen, pelvis and lymph node we will do. In abdomen we will start from the cecum. Then ascending colon, hepatic flexure, liver and undersurface of diaphragm, transverse colon, splenic flexure, spleen, descending colon and rectum. In pelvis, we will examine the bladder, ureter, kidneys, uterus, fallopian tube and ovaries, and lymph node. And if we found any suspicious adhesion or implant, we have to take the biopsy. Then extrafacial total abdominal hysterectomy along with bilateral salpingo-oophorectomy along with infracolumectomy is done in type 2 of endometrial cancer or epithelial ovarian cancer. Then after doing TH, we will cut the uterus, tell the size, depth of myometrium or cervical involvement. Then we will do pelvic lymph node sampling and para-aortic if para-aortic seems to be suspicious or pelvic lymph node is positive. And we have to remember other conditions by a mnemonic of 2. Tumor size more than 2 centimeter, type 2, grade more than 2, stage more than 1A, and lymphovascular invasion. Direct spread of endometrial cancer is more common than lymphatic spread. Let's discuss the surgical staging. It is divided into 4 stages. Stage 1 is confined to uterus. 1A is less than 50% of myometrial involvement. 1B is more than 50% of involvement. 2 is cervical stromal involvement. 3 is beyond uterus. 3A is uterus serosa or adnexal involvement. 3B is vagina or parametrium involvement. 3C1 pelvic lymph node involvement. 3C2 is para-aortic lymph node involvement. 4A is bowel or bladder involvement and 4B is distant spread intra-abdominal or involvement of the inguinal lymph node through round ligament. Let's discuss the management. Our basic surgery will be total abdominal hysterectomy plus bilateral salpingo-oophorectomy plus retroperitoneal lymph node dissection, and in type 2 of endometrial cancer we will do omentectomy also. In radiotherapy, vaginal trough brachytherapy plus external beam radiotherapy. Chemotherapy, we have to give the 6 cycles of carboplatin plus paclitaxel. Let's discuss the management. Grading defines the presence of solid areas. 1A grade 1 2 and type 1 of endometrial cancer is considered to be of low risk and only surgery is done. 1A grade 3 and 1B grade 1 and 2 are considered to be of intermediate risk. Then surgery and radiotherapy, that is vaginal brachytherapy, is given. 1B grade 3, stage 2 and type 2 are considered to be of high risk. In this, Verdheim's or modified radical hysterectomy is done plus vaginal brachytherapy and external beam radiotherapy is given. Stage 3 and 4A are considered to be advanced state. Cytoreductive or debulking surgery is done followed by chemoradiation, both. In 4B or in any reoccurrence, that is metastatic diseases, palliative chemoradiation plus hormonal therapy in the form of high dose progesterone is given. Then what are the prognostic factor? Most important is the staging. Higher the stages, poor the prognosis is. Then size, if size is more than 2 centimeter, more the depth of the invasion, type 2 of endometrial cancer, grade 3, any lymph nodes mets or lymphovascular invasion, estrogen and progesterone receptor negative is considered to be poor prognosis. Adnexal or cervical involvement. Then how to do the follow-up of the patient? For first 2 years, every 3 monthly follow-up is done. For the next 3 years, every 6 monthly, then annually follow-up is done. In each visit, we have to educate the patient about the lifestyle modification and symptoms of reoccurrence of carcinoma. Then we have to examine her physically and pelvic examination. Pap smear and transvaginal scan is done. CA125 is optional. If there are higher values before also, then we have to undergo CA125. CT MRI is done when indicated. Chest X-ray is done. Let's revise it quickly. As I told you, TH with BSO plus mentectomy in type 2. Vaginal hysterectomy also done in obese diabetes patient or any prolapse patient, and post-operative radiotherapy is also given to these patients. Modified radical hysterectomy is done in stage 2. Debulking or cytoreductive surgery in stage 3. Laparoscopic surgery also done in low or intermediate risk type of patients. And then we will discuss about the radiotherapy. As vaginal bolt brachytherapy is given in the form of high dose of iridium now. Then external pelvic radiation is given in the patient of stage 1B grade 3 and stage 2, stage 3 if pelvic lymph node is positive, size is more than 2 centimeter or lymphovascular invasion is there. And external field radiation is given in positive paraiotic nodes, and whole abdomen radiation is given in type 2 of endometrial cancer or stage 3 or 4 endometrial cancer. Let's discuss our chemo and hormonal therapy. 6 cycles of carboplatin plus paclitaxel is given in chemotherapy. Hormonal therapy may the drugs we can give medroxyprogesterone acetate, that is 100 milligram TDS, or in the form of injectable DMPA 500 to 1000 IM weekly, or Megestral 160 to 320 milligram per day, or tamoxifen 20 to 40 milligram per day. Let's discuss the management in fertility sparing surgeries. Young patient with no myometrial invasion or extrauterine spread can be offered fertility sparing surgery, that is hormonal therapy plus counseling and biopsy every 3 months. And we have to decide after biopsy every 3 monthly key dose adjustment, plus we ask her to conceive as soon as possible, or if patient require any hysterectomy. And as you all know, reoccurrence most commonly occur within 2 years. Most common reoccurrence occur in vault. In this, surgical resection of vaginal nodule plus radiotherapy is given. And if lymph node involvement, chemoradiation is given. If there are lung mets, hormonal therapy is given. So this was my complete lecture on endometrial cancer. Please do watch postmenopausal bleeding, endometrial cancer part 1, part 2. And next lecture I'll discuss endometrial hyperplasia. And please do like and subscribe my channel and do give the feedback. Thank you.